To shock absolutely nobody, new Battlefield 6 leaks are already out. Literally 30 minutes after the test went live, they already leaked a lot, and the first thing we saw was the new map. Now the new map is similar to the old map. It is a very urban, like very dense urban map with, again, 5 flags in conquest mode only. I really like that they're kind of going with the 5 flags max ideology. It's almost like they loaded up Grand Bazaar or any of the very famous 5 flags maps from Battlefield 3 and said, hey, this works. Let's try 5 flags. So it's 5 flags, and this time they even reduced the amount of vehicles. Now what we saw was that there is only an LAV in the entire map on each team, so it's like basically 2 vehicles on the map rather than a tank and an LAV, what we had in the previous map. Another thing I have to mention also, I'm sure you already saw it, but it's still worth mentioning, the Ace weapon family, the weapons that were named after me, of course, are back in the game. I'm not sure how many of them are back. I saw only one, and that seems to be the Ace 23, the main assault rifle from Battlefield 4 that you could use as medic, but it seems that you could use it as any class here. There's a lot of people running around with Ace 23s, so perhaps that's the new meta there right now in Battlefield Labs. It's kind of good, I think, to see the Ace weapons back. They were unique to Battlefield 4. It sucks that we never saw them in other games. Now the Galil Ace weapons are coming back, and God bless. Just a quick reminder, if you enjoy watching my videos, then please consider leaving a like and a sub and a comment. It goes a long way to help a small-time creator like me. Thank you so much. Moving on, guys, the rumors are that the game is even more grittier now than it was in the first playtest. There are people who were telling me that the game feels and sounds like very Battlefield 3. The soldiers, guys, they're screaming fuck and shit, you know, all the profanities they used to scream in Battlefield 3. Like, they were saying some pretty obscene stuff in Battlefield 3 when they were getting shot or when they were dying on the ground and you had to revive them and so on. And that seems to return here like tenfold, like they're really maybe overdid it here. Whatever, you know, it's better than cringe that we had from McKay and the other fucking awful operators from Battlefield 2042. That is gone. It's very much gritty. But I have to also say, on the topic of the map, again, I'm sorry I'm backtracking, but it's important, I just remember it. The fact that it features one less vehicle seems that they're moving, you know, towards a bit more infantry side of things, at least in the playtest. They're trying maybe to see how the infantry combat works. Perhaps they're testing the movement. There's no new information about the movement or anything. Has anything improved? Has anything changed? But the fact that they're, you know, reducing the amount of vehicles already, and the map is basically in size, at least from what I saw from the leaks available online right now, is that the map is kind of the same size as the other Middle Eastern map that they were playing earlier. There's only one concern I have already, and by concern, I mean, it's not really a concern, it's just more a curiosity thing. It's interesting that we see now a second map from them, and it's basically the same map philosophy as the previous map, yet we have saw nothing from the air vehicles, guys. We saw nothing from the helicopter, we saw nothing from the jet. We don't know if there's gonna be a commander in the game that's gonna, you know, introduce AC-130 gunship. Is there gonna be some type of behemoths, maybe, like modern behemoths in the game that fly? We haven't seen anything yet, which could maybe entice that the air vehicles haven't been finished yet at all, or they haven't been worked at, because we saw nothing. I know that a lot of helicopter pilots that I know were hoping to return to the days of the helicopter being very good with the TV missiles and all this other stuff. Helicopter had its own mechanics, and yet again, now on the new leaks, we saw nothing. We saw the same map, like I said, nothing from the air vehicles. How do you feel about this? Did you want to see more vehicles, or are you actually fine that they removed the tank and now there is just an LV and infantry like on Grand Bazaar? Or did you want to see a bit more, you know, classic, more classic Battlefield map which features all the vehicles and the infantry? Or are you okay with this? Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. I think it's very important. For me personally, like I said, air vehicles would have been nice to see a bit earlier. I know we aren't supposed to see anything from the from Battlefield Labs, but we of course know people are gonna leak everything. So yeah, again, map, no air vehicles available, and tank removed. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but yeah, that's the reality right now. Another very important piece of information, which isn't really a gameplay information, but it's something that is important for testing, is that not only now are there the PC players there, also the console players have been included into the mix in Battlefield playtest, and from what I could tell, they can play with the PC players in tandem in this current Battlefield playtest. Now, you might wonder, why is it important for you? It's important if you're a PC player to know how strong perhaps the aim assist is in Battlefield 6 playtest. Well, we don't know anything yet, but I hope it's not like overdone like in Call of Duty, where I'm fighting literal fucking aimbotters as I'm trying to play the game with rotational aim assist and all this other stuff, which just completely ruined Call of Duty. Hopefully that's not as strong as it is there. Only time will tell, but it's just some piece of information you should know. Also, on top of that, on the first playtest, only the EU players were able to test the Battlefield Labs. Now apparently there's like 2 separate tests. There's an NA test running and the European test together, and they all have consoles from those regions in tandem. So it seems to be a bigger test than before, which is a good thing for us, which means that on the next test, perhaps some of us might be invited as well to play versus the console players and, you know, our own PC player pool, which would be nice. I would really like to test the game and, you know, see how it feels. I'm very concerned about the mouse input. One of the biggest criticisms really I have about Battlefield 2042 is the mouse input is horrendous. It just doesn't work. It's a horrible feeling. I hope that it's fixed. And unfortunately, there's no way to confirming is it fixed or not unless I lay my hands on there and try the mouse input myself. If you play Battlefield Labs, then you should know for yourself whether the mouse input feels better than Battlefield 2042 or not. Even if it's, you know, an early alpha test, something like mouse input should work. Even if it's, you know, the game was literally just born, the mouse input should work immediately. It is not really a game mechanic. It is literally just a thing that should work. If you're a very big breakthrough / operations enjoyer, then I'm gonna have to disappoint you. They were not featured in this playtest as well. It seems to be, again, Conquest only, which is a little bit unfortunate. Breakthrough is my new favorite mode. By new, I mean it's also 10 years old by now. My god, where has the time went when I'm saying that operations / breakthrough is nearly 10 years old? But yeah, it wasn't featured here. It's unfortunate. I would really like to see how these maps feel in breakthrough, like the super dense urban maps. Right now we're on Grand Bazaar. I guess if you play Rush Grand Bazaar, it'll be kind of like Breakthrough. And Rush Grand Bazaar was super fun. It was like one of my favorite Rush maps. So I would really like, perhaps in the next playtest, to see Breakthrough a little bit on some of these urban maps, to see how they feel. Of course, on Grand Bazaar, it also transforms a little bit. When you play Rush, you get a tank instead of an ALV. Is there going to be some differences between Breakthrough and Conquest in Battlefield Labs as well? We're going to have to wait and see. But so far, nothing from Breakthrough, unfortunately. In fact, we saw nothing from any other modes. It seems to be Conquest only. And I have to say, when I played some of the other alphas, we had access to a little bit more game modes. So it's unfortunate that here that's not showcased yet. It's not even confirmed what type of game modes are coming in Battlefield 6 or Battlefield Labs. Conquest is what they focus on. But I will say, personally, for me, the fact that Conquest is back to the old formula of Battlefield 3, 5 flags max, you know, in like Conquest large setting, I'm very happy about this. I'm not one of those enjoyers who sit on their stomach on Gold Railway hardcore server with 5,000 tickets and are, you know, having like a 0.40 kpm stamping across the map and there's nothing happening and you're just vehicles and helicopters shooting you. Incredible amount of vehicles. I'm not a big fan of that. I understand why they exist and I think they should exist, but I don't want this to be the core focus of the next Battlefield 6 map design philosophy on Conquest, let's call it like that. But if it is, and if it's only on Conquest, it's fine. I'll just play Breakthrough and that's it, yeah? And that's why I'm mentioning that there's no Breakthrough yet and it all seems to be focused on Conquest right now. Yeah, I want to see Breakthrough. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you enjoy Breakthrough more than Conquest? And why? Let me know in the comment section. Guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and a comment and a subscribe. It's very hard recording Battlefield 3 gameplay. There's not many servers left, so, you know, if you want to see this type of content, you want to see Battlefield 3 and BF4, they're extremely old games. Finding servers on the hours when I'm awake is extremely hard, and I found some nice maps for you here. So leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Have a very nice weekend. I'll see you next time.